Apologise for coming on a fraction late. We've had a couple of technical issues, but they're fixed now, we believe, so let's go for it. We'll have a lot of questions. Unfortunately, we won't get through all of them, I don't think. So let's start. Peter, I'd like your opinion on 3PL.
Well, that was very quick, Terry. Let's just do the disclaimer and warning. Everyone can read this, and you've probably seen it a million times. But this has been by Ideal Financial Group Proprietary Limited, Corporate Authorised Representative 299753 of Aruda Proprietary Limited, AFSL 338674, and Adesk Trading Proprietary Limited. Now, this is general advice and does not constitute financial product advice and does not take into account your investment objectives, financial situations, or needs. Prior to seeking advice from Ideal Financial Group, which you can do, Ideal Financial are an excellent broker, allow you to trade all around the world in many, many different products. Shares on the Australian stock market, very nice prices for trading on the shares, very nice low commission rates. Options on the ASX, international shares like on the US exchanges, futures, foreign exchange currency futures, and also bonds, all sorts of many different markets. It's the way the professionals trade. You should also obtain and consider our financial services guide and consider the product disclosure statement PDS available from i-deal.com.au. While we've made every effort to ensure the accuracy of the information as at the date of publication, Ideal gives no warranty or representations as to the accuracy, reliability, or completeness of the information. To the extent permitted by law, we can't expect any responsibility for any errors or misstatements, negligence or otherwise. The information may be based on assumptions or market conditions but changed without notice. This is why we trade with stop losses. To the extent permitted by law, blah, 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 blah. Trading is risky. This may not suit you psychologically. Past performance is no guarantee of future performance, and there's a risk of loss in trading as well as profit. Potential of profit. And so, Terry, welcome to Your Money, Your Charts.
Thank you very much, David. You're coming through loud and clear, am I?
Yeah, you are.
That's good, excellent. It's a busy night tonight. We've got a lot of attendees and a lot of questions. We're not going to be able to get through all of them, I can tell that already. So let's not muck around, we'll keep on the move, see if we can get through them. First question from Peter. I'd like your opinion on 3PL.
On 3PL now. Okay, let's go along. So the question is on 3PL, and I'm just going to turn my head off because you'll get bored seeing me while this is all going on. So I'll stop sharing my webcam, and we'll pick it up from there. So 3PL. Now, I love the way that we've created these new codes that are all this little number based. I think there's a couple of ones called 88s. Lots of 88s creeping in. These are our new Chinese owners of Australia. To do that, it caters to the people who really own Australia now. And let's go in and have a look at 3PL. And I don't know whether it was longer term or shorter term. Now 3PL started off as a wonderful event, and I didn't really like it that much from when it started. And the fact is it broke below where it started its life at $2.50, and it started to do that in basically May last year after trying up. I didn't like it. I would suspect you would see it probably down to about, at the time I was targeting down towards $1.42. So far the low has been $1.26, which is actually lower than I thought it should have been. So on 3PL, we have what we have is a sick stock. So I'm not bothered with it particularly. It looks like it's going to have one more pop to the downside. Let's pick it up again. We can see here a little channel, a flag, It's a sell on a breakdown below $1.37 with a stop loss at $1.86. Really hoping for probably down to about 70 cents now. And yeah, I'd say down to about 70 cents. Let's see if I can find it on a little bit of a better basis for you.
Is it a potential to go to God?
Down towards 84 cents would be the target area there.
Right. Is it a potential to go to God?
Terry, you've gone very quiet on me. Just one second. Can you speak up a bit?
Right. Is it a potential to fail completely?
Oh yeah, it's not very good at all. Really, 83 or 90 cents is the first target area, and possibly down as low as I said, 70 cents, 73, 80 cents. Yep.
Well, that's your opinion. So does that mean that it's a good short then?
Yeah, that's why I gave a short trade on that one just then. Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. Bruno, hi David. He's long ALL and OVH. Doesn't ask a question past that. Just long ALL and OVH.
Okay, so ALL is Aristocrat Leisure.
Okay.
And Aristocrat Leisure is probably got one more push up towards about $11.64. At the moment, you'd be buying it on a break above $10.32 with a stop loss below $9.50. If it did perchance come down to $9.07, I would have a dig with a stop loss below $8.50. Or if it fell below there, looking down towards $7 and probably $6.90 as a stop loss.
Okay, so what's your general opinion of that one?
Well, it's good. It's been working well, so expect it to continue. On the daily charts, we see $11. Weekly charts, we see $11.65 and $9.43 as a target. I mean, obviously, I'm giving you higher targets, so I like it. When I do that, that's why I give you higher targets.
Okay. Now the second one, OVH.
OVH. And notice I'm keeping it on the weekly charts, weekly and monthly charts, because most of the people here don't get my immediate advice on from the profit hunters. So it's got to be bigger picture stuff. It can't be short-term trading advice here, unfortunately. When people are coming in and attending the live speed webinars, we can sort of help that a lot better and get really close to the action, put on trades and stuff like we did with BHP on the PHG trade, which is, many of you probably saw that email. So that was a PHG trade that a lot of Profit Hunter Group members took. Okay, so this is called One View Holdings, it looks like. I've not heard of this stock before. It's a little bit heavier than it should be, but at least it's correcting in nature. It may come back down to about 50 cents, but really we should see one more push, maybe not to new highs, but maybe up to about 80 cents on this. On the weekly charts, we can see it is holding some support. So if you're holding it, 59 cents is your stop loss. You'd be buying at 68 cents. And buying through 73 cents, looking for 78 cents or 80 cents on the top side.
Okay, that's good. Next one from Adonis, AHG, trader's time frame, and a reminder, it goes ex-dividend tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's a bit too short for us. So Adonis, if you're looking about an ex-dividend tomorrow, then obviously it's going to back off. I have no idea what the dividend will pay. But what we can see here is it's had a number of goes at highs, so I wouldn't be bothering it after it's paid its dividend. You might see it down to $3.50, maybe $3.12. So yeah, definitely it's not going to look great. And your first target would be on a break of $4 down to $3.80 and probably $3.60. So I wouldn't be touching it if you're thinking about buying it.
Good. Next one from Adonis is A2M, investors time frame.
Now I answered the question for the PHG members today, so we'll just go and have a look at that one, what that was. We did that in the
Now, while you're doing that,
Yep.
speaking of Profit Hunter members, you've got some training coming up which is open to them and to the outside non-members called
Yep.
the Chartist on this coming Saturday, March the 19th.
This ridiculous huge picture on there. Okay. Yeah, we do.
Sydney Harbour, so it's in Sydney.
Yeah, so all you've got to do to find out about that is to go to profithunters.com.au and click on upcoming events, and you'll see that the next one after that is going to Perth and Sydney Train the Chartist, and I'll be speaking at the ATAA in Perth at some stage. So if we come down here for the non-PHG members, we can see here we've got PHG transcripts and videos, and I think we answered that in the A2M in the PHG review, and this was published at 9:54 this morning. So
Right.
to find where I'm looking for, you go to A2M, and you can pick up here, and we can see A2 milk. It's saying investors time frame. This has come down into an area where you should get some support and probably rally back up just to below $2. Stop loss would be below $1.53 on a closing price basis if you were looking to buy. The volume on the way up, it's been churning, is a representative market that's come too fast and may spend a long time going sideways. In the intermediate time frame, we see $2 and it's $1.82 as a lower target if it can break above last week's high at $1.69. Should it fail, expect $1.50 and $1.18. Volume last week was not encouraging to the bull side. And on the downside, we see $1.58 as a target. If you want to step in and buy some, that would be the best place with stop loss below $1.54. And just a pro tip, we could use a stop close only price on that. Let's look at how A2M looked today, because on the dailies, and we can see here it's still hanging around that $1.50. It didn't quite break up, but if it did, you'd be interested in it. Okay.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Now, going back to train the Chartist again in Sydney, what does the course do?
What it aims to do is the course aims to really give you the opportunity to get good at charting and calling markets. Now, I've been doing this a few years, and Terry, Terry might give us a little bit of background on him, but he was a heavy-hitting personnel director and advisor to very large firms like TNT and Ansett Airlines and Australian Airlines, wasn't it? And
I worked at Australian Air Express, yeah.
Yeah, Australian Air Express. And he picked out on me what my levels of consistency in what I do. And he came to me and he said, "Oh, I've been watching you on TV, and you say you're very consistent in the way you do things." And I go, "That's great." But what the idea is to really, people can see this, and the idea is there's going to be about 15 people. The cost is ridiculously cheap, and you get lunch. But the reality is it's about learning how to chart and work out how to trade. Now, we've got PHG members who've been coming back to this, or PHG members coming up from Melbourne for this. He did the last one in Adelaide as well. And I'm going to send you the link on here. You can see the link up the top there. This is, if you could just go to profithunters.com.au events, you can see the ones. This is Sydney. There are other ones out there. You can pick it up, look at things. We'll be showing what the market's patterns I look for, what I look for before we go into a trade, what I look for as we're in a trade, what I look for when we start to take profit. and when we also start to either exit gracefully or take profit. So,
Right.
I think that, I mean, it's a great little session, and I know it might seem ridiculous that I'm charging $247, and when most people charge $1,000 for a day like this, but it's more that, you know, if we break even on the event, that's fine. But it's good to get people learning about what I'm looking for so they can do it themselves.
Mm. Now, it's in the centre of Sydney, in the York Street. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's
They'll find out about it if they're interested.
Venue.
But that's where it is, in the centre of Sydney.
Yeah, level 2.
Okay. Well, if anyone wants to make contact with you, they can talk to you further about it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now, I've made a move here. Is the sound better?
A little bit. I'd have to beg the audience's favour on that one.
Yeah, well, I'll have to look at another headset. A question from Siggy, S-I-G-G-Y. I have not traded for a while, as I've been looking for gold in the last few years. I'm looking for longer term stuff. I'm interested in the potential of TLG for the longer term. TLG.
Talga. Okay. It's not very likable, really. It's more.
There's no chart on. There's no chart on, by the way. The screen is.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
Okay. Thanks, Terry. With this one, what we see is it's more of a descending triangle, and basically you better run for cover if it breaks 24 cents, and certainly run below 16 cents. At the moment, there's nothing that inspires love in me for this. A break above 36 cents might be interesting, and then you'd be looking really up to 45 cents. Currently, if you're running weeklies, you're better off with a stop below 28 cents and think about it going down to 22 cents.
So really, what you're saying is keep looking for gold and leave this one alone.
Correct. At the moment, there is a little bit of a flag here, but if it breaks, it's heading down. A break up above that 36 cents is probably the best way of buying it with a stop below 28 cents.
All right, I hope that's of some use to you, Siggy. Now, Brian, is it time to sell gold? I have shares in. You got a pen there? Just better write them down so you can remember them.
I'll put it on the notepad.
All right, there's a few of them here. BLK, GOR,
yeah.
RMS,
yeah.
UML.
Which one's that?
Uncle Mary Lovely, UML.
UML, yeah.
MML.
Yeah.
SAR.
Yeah.
And finally, BDR.
BDR.
That stands for big damn rat.
Okay, so what we'll do is we covered Gold Road a lot for the PHG members, and Saracen, so we won't look at those. And that's far too many questions to answer for one person. No one else will get a chance. BLK we'll have a look at, and I want to look at BDR because it is just one that has been on people's lists a long time ago, and it's dropped off the list. Let's look at BDR first up. And we can see Beadell has had some legs, but really I'd be thinking about it really at the end of May. At the moment, I prefer it to see a dip down to about 14 cents. And yes, there's been some great volume on this rally, but it really needs to click through 30 cents. If it does, I'd be buying it with a stop loss below 21 cents.
You've lost the screen again.
I'd be buying it with a stop loss below 21 cents and buying a break above that 29.30 cents area.
Is that a trade you'd be happy with?
A break-up, I'd prefer to be buying it on the dips, as I said, down to, down towards that 15 cents area or 18 cents area. Now, this is usually one of the badder gold stocks. A lot of the badder gold stocks have been running well, which is usually not a great sign. You also might, for those people who you might want to, I did a very big special event on my forecast on Monday for gold. There was some really important news in that. I can't go into detail, but you might want to have a look at that one. It's available on the website. Just click on the recording link. Watch the recording from Monday. Okay, so here we can see that Blackham Resources has had a pretty good run last month, but it's starting to fade. So looking down towards around about 30 cents for Blackham, I'd say. It's going to in for a bit of a choppy period, maybe looking down to the end of April for this one. So I wouldn't be bothering with that. Overall, it's done a good run. UML, reasonable volume, but heading for a little bit of shit, really. Let's look at the weekly charts. Let's look at the monthly charts, sorry. Monthly charts, it's still rubbish from 2006. I don't know if it's changed its personality. And I have to say, it's been a good run on a stock that really doesn't trade that often. So if you've had a fantastic run on it, I'd be very pleased if somebody took it off my hands. At least sell half of it if you've had a good run in it. And then you don't have to worry too much that you're running on the market's money at that time. Let's go to MML, which is Medusa Mining. We can see Medusa Mining has had good volume on the breakout. It's got a bit of trouble at the moment. So if you are long, I'd run a stop at around the 59 cent area on that one. That's the best thing that I can say about Medusa. Hopefully it can kick a little bit higher above 80 cents, and then you'd be looking more towards...
You've lost the chart again.
And then you'd be looking more towards $1.51 if it could continue to kick up. A retracement back down to 60 cents is probably the go. Okay.
Okay, now Brian's having a bit of a go here. He wants more. Morgan's have a reduced target on SRX and down to $17.60. And according to Rudy's FN Arena site, what do you think?
So this is Certex Medical. I haven't liked this for some time since it hasn't really done anything. So yeah, we've been negative really since January on this. So I guess it's starting to become a buy if people of that sort are starting to want to sell it. The Morgans and stuff. So around about, often, Rudy's tells you what the brokers are saying. So I'd probably be looking to buy down around about the $27.60 area. Let's see if we can find that up a bit. So I haven't liked it, but I'm starting to be interested in that. We'll put that down for analysis in the PHG trades, but probably looking reasonable support around the $25. I think that's a good place. If they can manage to slap it a bit, that would be really nice. Okay, let's look on the weeklies if that's got a, yeah, you might try a bid, it's 27 bucks, but generally we've got another push down lower, 25, 27, that sort of area we want. Okay, Terry.
Okay, Doug's asking, I'm holding a few with losses that I bought at too high an entrance price. Got a pen there? Here we go. AVL.
AVL, just do one at a time, Terry. Just tell me one at a time. And he's holding this underwater, is that right?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay, I don't know why people feel the need to do that. And I would imagine that he's been holding it since 2009, because underwater is, yeah, I guess you could be underwater from 3 cents, but it's probably I'd say underwater from 20 cents area would be the likelihood then. On the weekly charts, we can see it's come out of the block. So this is what I do for PHG members in the forecasting webinars. We do a thing called Bring Out Your Dead. And that's what I do with that is work out how to recover yourself out of this one. Now it's jumped from being absolutely crap and somebody's kicked some money in. If it can clear and close above 1.7 cents, then I think that's a beautiful thing. And we'll see maybe up to about 2.2 cents. Now, the way I'd be doing this is if you're in from lower down, your stop would need to be at 1.2 cents. If you're in from higher up, your stop needs to be about 1.3 cents. So this one, I think, is a is good if it can jump, but I want to manage it. What happens is with these little stocks is you get one person buying the hell out of it and it forces a run, and then everybody else buys a dip, buys a dip, buys a dip, and then eventually it sinks down lower than where it got. That happens in a lot of these little stocks. So, you know, maybe if you've had a good run up, you might want to ease out of some of it. You know, if you're in from down here, great. If you're underwater a bit, you might want to unload some of it, and that would be a good thing. Okay.
Okay, the next question, AVQ, short term, medium term.
AVQ.
Correct.
Axiom Mining. Really just stuck in a range. Somebody spent a bit. I'd like it better if it got above 39 cents and you buy it with the stop close only below 26 cents. At the moment, you want to manage it, put a stop at 24 cents. On the weekly charts, your stop can be at 28 cents and hope that it gets some momentum in a hurry. The things are looking grim on the indicators at the moment.
Okay, NCM.
Now NCM, we've had a target at $21 on this one. We've recently, I think on Monday, we looked at this and we're saying not so great at the moment. We can see on the weeklies it's backing off. So it probably comes back down to, I've been saying $16. We've, saying that last week. It came down to $16.25. That may well be enough on this one, but if you are owning this, stop is at $15.68. Your best idea, Terry, I wasn't quite sure if this is the same person who's holding underwater. Is NCM underwater for him?
Well, apparently, he
said
I'm holding.
We're looking for $21 on NCM, and I would say that I'd say really you need to stop below $15. If it breaks down, you're in trouble. If you're holding NCM, you're holding really from basically up here. And this is where I was warning people to get out of NCM at all costs. probably the best thing for that person, if you're on here, I'd like to offer you a free portfolio cleanup. And I normally do that for free for people if they become a Profit Hunter Group Gold member. I do that, or I charge $1,000 for that. So if you want that, I'm happy to do that because I'm scared about your portfolio and the stocks that you're holding. I'll do that for free. You don't have to become a PHG Gold member. Terry, if you can just keep his name. I won't do it for anybody else.
Doug, yeah.
But, this gentleman I'm worried about. Yeah.
His name is Doug. Now, I'll supply that to you later. Now,
Yeah.
these last one, ACC, let's leave that because he can contact you and you can tell him all that.
Yeah.
I've got to get through these numbers. Now, also, he says, do you see the markets in general dropping, which would give some good dip buying?
I'll help him out with that later. Okay, let's go on.
The other people listening may be interested in that too.
Yeah.
Do you see the markets dropping?
Well, we've been buying put options since I've just basically told people to get out on Monday, and I didn't say for how long. We did that on the forecast. Again, really, it's a matter of one step at a time. Go back to the last. Does anyone remember the last Your Money Your Call I was on? They said, are you bearish? I said no. I think it's at the bottom end of the range, and it goes back up to 5,200 to 5,300. What has it done from that time? I think where's the XJO? So there's no change to really what I said anyway. I'm just repeating myself. It gets very boring. I said down here is on the weekly charts. When did I last do Your Money Call? I think it was here. I said, okay, we're down the bottom end of the range. We probably go up a bit, up to 5,200, 5,300. I'm buyer at 4,800. So, up here, you don't want to be that interested in the market up here. And we've been just staying away, really.
Are you seeing a pullback soon?
Thoughts on, I must say. We've been shorting a couple of banks, an iron ore stock or two. So, sorry, Terry, let's move on. We've got a lot of questions from what you're saying.
Right. Gordon C, because there's two Gordons, Gordon C. He's got about four of them here. WSA, we'll do that first. WSA.
Okay, we looked at this in the PHG a while back. That we were buying that. I recommended that on television. It had a good run. I think I recommended it when it was about $2.03, and it ran up to $2.73. So it was around, this was around that time, around the 1st and 2nd. So it was, what was it? Low as $1.90. But I think it was around about $2, $2.03. In any event, we saw it go for a run. It went up about 70 cents. It's come back down now, and I think about $2.18 is the right zone for picking up some Western areas. It should bib and bob around it. This is a nice defendable position with a stop loss below $1.86.
Okay, next one, RFX.
RFX, that's something that we've talked about in the PHG group. Let's go see what that was. I like to see what the hell I said. It saves me a lot of time because you just go Control F. Here we go. What's the code? WSA. Did I talk about this? WSA long, short term. That was a question. The ones on these columns here are the questions that I get, and I answered this on March 15th at around 13:07. Is it worthwhile buying? Getting into this is a member's question throughout the day. Is it worthwhile buying into WSA? If so, what price? Market seems to pull back a tiny bit. Looks more interesting as the clock ticks. So tips to buy: $2.18, stop $2.04. So let's see what it comes up with. Tips to buy, yeah, still happy down there. May go to $2.12. Stop $2.03. I'm happy down there. Volume is supportive. You might, if it don't get a chance at this, buy a break above $2.33. Okay, next one.
CZZ.
Okay, haven't talked about that one for a while. Now that is car sales, if I'm not incorrect. I think it's called CZC. Is it? Oh no, it's Capilano Honey. That was stupid, David. Well done. Capilano. It's kind of looking like a healthcare stock, but I wouldn't like it if it cracks $16. So stop should be there on a longer term basis. We can see that it's still got some good things. Becomes a good buy on a break above $20. Stop below $17.55. I want to break out because these stocks have done so much running on the basis that there might be Chinese buying it or Chinese products, and the Chinese can be quite fickle. Whatever happens on Weibo or Weibo or whatever they call it, Weibo chat, you know, they all jump one way or the other. They all move from suburb to suburb, buy a whole suburb here and then buy a whole suburb over there, depending on what people say.
Actually, just as an aside, the bee population in Tasmania are under a massive threat on the northwest coast because of all the smoke. It's played havoc with their hives. I don't know how many bees they've lost, but I think it would be significant.
Oh, really?
Mm.
And is
next one.
Yeah. So if you're nervous about this, you might have a stop loss below $18.41. A lot of these stocks have been in incredible up moves and booms, and I would suspect it's way better to be cautious with these ones or assume they're going to go sideways for quite some time because they've had a mania, and it really is up to the Chinese to follow through on their purchases and shipping to China or purchasing of the company stock as well. Go ahead, Tony.
Once again, I don't want to waste time on this, but it's interesting. A cruise ship came into Burnie, Tasmania, a couple of months ago, and they just, believe me, Burnie's the end of the world in many ways. It's in the centre of the city, and a whole heap of young Chinese females ended up in Coles. And I went to do my shopping there, and they basically, the sweets like Picnic or Mars Bar, that type of thing, they cleaned the shelves out. They just, that and biscuits, they went mad on them. You got no idea.
Yeah, I mean, they buy some incredibly bad shit for them, really. You know, like
I mean,
many Asians don't have the enzyme for breaking down milk proteins, so they end up with a lot of acne, and when they get exposed to dairy products, and eventually they're going to realise it's not good, and possibly the A2 milk is better for them, but you know, a lot of those dairy products they're buying and baby formulas, they're just not, their bodies aren't equipped to break them down. So, you know, when they realise that's going to be a bit of a problem. Anyway.
Well, at the time I looked at them all as thin as a rake, eating chocolates. So anyway, STO is the last one from Gordon C.
Santos has been holding up well for a stock that is energy. We've been looking at iron ore stocks. We had a great run in BHP. That a lot of PHG members, got on board at the $14 and $15 mark, and then got out at the $18.50 to $18.69 area. Now, Santos, iron ore collapsed after that, so BHP came back, which is great. We took profit. So here's an interesting question here. This is I'll put this up here. This is this has just come in from a PHG member. And we'll look at this later. Sim. This is for tomorrow morning's speed webinar, and it's Simic, and it's meandered up into the mid-30s like you predicted a while back. This or next week now for a short back into a high 20s. Thanks, Phil. Okay, so he's interested in puts, so we might look at that a little bit later on if we get the chance. Terry, if you just put that down in your memory. Okay, so Santos didn't really fall that much when crude oil fell over the last couple of days, compared to, say, BHP and Rio, which fell heavily when iron ore fell. So it's a little bit stronger than you would think, or at least than I would think. If it breaks $3.40, I think it's got some trouble. But I like it if it can close again this week above $4.08, pop and get propelled up to $4.73. So it's been beaten up so badly that we could see $4.50. Terry.
Okay, well, it's his choice what he wants to do with that. What would you do, buy it or not?
What would I do? Well,
yeah, what would you do?
I am long Santos, so I've already bought it, so it's not really a question.
But your entry price
properly, what would I do? I've already done that.
What was your entry price?
Oh, we were down up to $3 area. So
yeah, so
Santos is it's been beaten up. It's probably got one more kick before it gets shit knocked out of it again. So, yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, that's Gordon C now. Gordon V for victory. Yep. I'm personally anticipating a sizable retracement of the gold rally off its December low. It's shot up. Do you see a retracement? And if so, what target going down? And can we see new lows with gold as you see it?
Okay, I think we've done gold pretty well. That's more a commodities question, and I don't think anyone here is interested in gold price itself, just the gold stock.
Can we give him a bit of an idea, seeing he's gone to the trouble of asking a question?
He can always just go to the forecasting webinar and have a look at that on the website and order that, because I talked a lot about gold.
But he may not be a member, that's the trouble.
Yeah, that's okay. Look, we should really we've only got 14 minutes for stocks at the moment, Terry. We should focus on the stock.
Right. Well, I'd like your expert advice on two stocks, ELX, ELX, and the other one says ELX. Yeah. Everyone likes crosses.
Okay. Yeah, with these sessions, it's best to keep them just to stocks, because people are trading the stocks. They're not trading gold. I've got a lot of people who trade the commodities and stuff on the PHG group, but they're commodities traders and professional hedgers and things like that. So don't want to waste 120 odd people's time with just things that are outside their interest. ELX, and I apologise for having that discussion. Terry and I really should have mentioned that before. We just focus on what you guys want, which is Australian shares. ELX, still just a bit of churning. I think you'd want to be taking some profit around that 99 cents to $1 area if you get that. Struggling a little bit at the moment, but still has potential. If you want to protect yourself, have your stop at 63 cents. And on the weekly charts, we can see here. Weekly charts are showing a bit of sign of, yeah, stop below 70 cents, hoping for 91 cents on there. It's got something okay about it. Probably has one more push, and you can have a tight stop loss even at 74 cents stop close only.
Okay, the second one is SEN, Centas. Centas, SEN.
I never know how to say that, thank you. Centas. Okay, Centas, that's looking quite good on a break above 15 cents with a stop loss below 12 cents, targeting 21 cents or 20 cents.
Okay, Michael, in the last program on the 18th of February, you mentioned that the Australian market was in a wave 4. When do you see this ending and wave 5 starting?
Well, it ends when the conditions are right for it to end. That's really, I don't, what I've said to the PHG members is that it's already ended. And so last on the 18th of February, it came down. We saw the end of wave 5. So as far as I'm concerned, that's move on to the next question. We've seen it go down into wave 5.
Okay, Jaden, an analysis on the Australian Agricultural Company, which is AAC, I think.
AAC, yeah. It used to be owned by Peter Holmes à Court, which was Robert Holmes à Court's son. Okay. Again, this is reaching some sort of bottom here, which is good. My concept would be stop below $1.18, target up towards $1.47. $1.35 is the shorter term target. I think it needs to close this month above $1.18. If not, it's in some trouble. And I don't mind it. It's got some shape of bottoming. Yeah, it has looking for $1.47 or $1.34.
Okay, Ricardo, I think that's what this is. Where is TLC heading? And second question, where are the 4 banks?
TLC.
That stands for Tender Loving Care.
It does, but there is no such thing in my opinion. I think you might mean TCL.
Maybe it's for
Transurban. Now, Transurban has been one of my preferred trending stocks for a long time. Now, you have to think at some stage it's going to end, and so we'd be thinking that below $10.40, and then you see it maybe down to $8.68. What would stop that? I don't know, but what would create that event? But at the moment, you'd have to be a buyer down to $10.60 if it got down that area. Stop below $10.50. You would hope for a rally towards $12.25, or you'd buy a break above $11.32 with a stop loss below $10.91.
Very good. The 4 banks, what are they doing, do you think?
Well, the ANZ, let's look at what I said in the PhD, because I get bored with talking about the banks. I talk about them every day. Every day, talk about the banks. Okay, so let's go see if we can find these things. What did I say today? ANZ, no change to the analysis. It's the same analysis I've had probably the last time we talked in February 18th. It's headbutting headbutting old resistance, making ANZ not the best buy in the whole world. We see a focus on $24.54 and $15.70. Intermediate time frame, which is for those people who are holding like 3 weeks to 3 months, we see that a rally is probably completed and it's rejecting off the fat control of the trend. Below $24.40, there's no chart up there. It's a problem. 24.90 is a problem. And on the dailies, we saw an inkling that this broken down yet, but a proper break would be below 25.20, going down towards 24.52. Below 24 bucks, we start thinking about new lows. The rally's not been the best thing since they invented sliced bread. Okay, so let's go have a look at what ANZ looks like now, today. And that was today's forecast. See, it hadn't broken down, hadn't really broken down, so it didn't close below those levels, but you'd be looking down here. So let's look for CBA, see what did I say to CBA? CBA, Australia's best bank is still not the best bank. It break below $68, see $62. On the intermediate time frame, it's back, bumped into the fat control on the rally, and you can see by volume, it's poor. That's actually should be, this is a transcript. Sometimes it doesn't get edited. It gets edited, but sometimes things slip through. This was meant to say, so I am still not a fan of CBA. I could be an even nastier this trend to see CBA if the volume was high on the decline. Should focus on the $73.63 area and $72.89. Let's see what happened today. Didn't really do anything much, but just focus on a little bit lower down. NAB, Australia's worst bank, is still doing better than Australia's best bank. It may still go to 29.13 just because it could be cheaper, and you might see brokers talking about how it's been good and changing itself. I don't know what sort of rubbish the brokers come up with, but you should be looking down towards 23.72 once the banks crack properly. Intermediate time frame, on the intermediate time frame, we see 26.78 as a target with possibility of $26. Starting to fail and not rallying on great volume. Still a bit better than CBA. Now this word should be ABC pattern has evolved, and dips would be to buy down towards 26.80. You might try a buy down there with 26.40 as a stop. Let's see how NAB went today. Looks like there wasn't much follow through. Yeah, it didn't quite get down into the zone. Westpac, we visited the right area, and it's starting to look more like CBA every day. Westpac has been one of our preferred banks. I've got a bit of a holding in it at the moment. I haven't seen any reason to get out of it. I added to that into the added positions in the $27 region. So what we see here on Westpac, time to cash in the chimps and go somewhere else. So I think it's looking for reasons to start to take profit, whether it's at $35 or whether it's up at $33. We've seen a good move, and a failure really below $31 is bad. So probably come back down to $30, $31 and $30 on the downside on the intermediate time frame. Banking the cash is not a bad thing. And we can see traders time frame, which is the dailies. If you felt like buying this, you'd be buying it on a close above 33.10 or down at 33.170 to 31.27 with a stop loss below $31. Okay, I hope that helped. Terry, you've got coming to the end of the event.
Yeah, we haven't got much time left now. Martin asks, what's the next low for BHP and the ASX? And also, thanks for your big time profit that I made on BHP from this program.
Okay, thanks, Martin. Well, BHP, let's go up here. This is a gold membership of the PHG, and it's by application only. If you're not a silver member, if you're a silver member, you get preferred to be a gold member. If you're not a PHG member and you want to be gold, we have an interview process. You apply for it. I don't accept anyone unless they really prove to me that they can be a valuable part of the group and not an annoyance. So I'm not showing you this because it's about gold membership. You can't get in that easily. But this is from I put this up here from Alan, who's a PHG member, and he wrote this on basically on this day, which was the day after the top. Recently, I had a good medium-term trade with BHP based on some good calls by you. Bought 29th of January at $15.45, sold 8th of March at $18.69. That's 21% in less cost in 39 days. He didn't get out at the $19.40 area, but he sold out at $18.69. So obviously we were taking profit up here. I did think it may eventually get towards that $21.79 area or $21. We've been looking for it to get down to $16 or $16.11. At the moment, we're seeing it got down to $16.88. We might think about buying a little bit now if you're a PHG member. We'll talk about that in the webinar tomorrow morning and see whether it meets the right conditions. But if you are buying, a stop should be at $15.77. Eventually, it'll see $9 again.
What time frame for the $9?
Sorry?
What time frame to get to $9?
I put that in the forecast. You can read them in the forecast.
Yeah, just give me a scientific.
We're looking at 10 o'clock now. So thanks, Terry. Thanks, everyone.
You didn't answer that question. What time frame roughly for that $9?
You're the one who always beat it into me. We've got to look more professional, David. We've got to finish on time and start on time.
Yeah, we are. That's 10 o'clock. We just got to answer that question.
It is 10 o'clock right now.
Roughly. If I know that.
You've got to be a PHG member to get that sort of advice.
All right then. Okay. Well, thank you very much on that. We'll see you next Wednesday, next rendezvous.
I don't know about you guys, but is anyone getting tired of doing this? Is it boring on a Thursday every month to do it? I was like, I'm not sure.
Wednesday's a better day.
Doing this, really. I don't get a lot of feedback from people about how enjoyable it is for them. So,
anyway, you contact them. What you're doing?
Goodness. Okay. I think next time the date is also different. I think it's maybe a week before, the Thursday before. It's not the third Thursday in the month. I think it's the second Thursday in the month because I'll be in Perth for the Train the Chartist and the ATAA. So if you're looking for anything that is about from what I'm doing, go to this link, which is coming up in your chat box. Yeah, so just so that may be the difference. So I was worried a bit too that I would be clashing with your money or your call in on the TV by doing this on a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. So we'll be next time, because I'll be in Perth at that time. The following week it'll be on the previous Thursday, so just be aware of that. I
wished I hadn't asked that question, but you'll let them know when it's coming up, about 4 weeks' time, somewhere, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah, I believe the date is. Sorry for it is up there. If you look on your registration form, you will see that, because you booked in for, everyone's booked in. So it'll be on the 14th, not the 21st, because I'll be speaking to the ATAA in Perth on the 21st. Actually, here's what we can do. If you want to know what I'm doing, just go to this page, profithunter.com.au events. Terry, this is a good one for you because you're good with the computer.
Oh, yes.
You can see March 19th, Train the Chartist, a full-day seminar in Sydney. Foxtel, I'll be on April 6th on Sky Business, Your Money, Your Call. Train the Chartist seminar will be on the 20th. The programmers haven't put this up yet, but eventually you'll see these webinars go up on there. And then next time on Foxtel will be May 4th, Gold Coast May 21st for Train the Chartist. I'll be speaking in the ATAA then. Also Melbourne May 14th, and Canberra Train the Chartist, and Advanced Technical Training Seminar on the June 25th to 26th, and Singapore that time, in Adelaide. So hopefully we'll get all the webinars up there, and we have a special event in Medusa. That's actually that's around, that's at the end of September too, I think, not November.
Okay, we're out of time.
Train the Chartist is a full one-day seminar with food, Kwan, so you won't go hungry. Okay. Okay.
Right. Thank you, David.
Right. Thank you. See everybody. Thanks, Frank, for the comment. I appreciate that one. 9 a.m. to Kwan. It's, as you can see here, it's 9 a.m. to Train the Chartist in Sydney. They're all 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. as you can see here, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Actually, the time doesn't appear on here, doesn't really, but it's 9 a.m. 8:30 for 9 p.m. start. Thanks, Stephen. Oh, thanks, Dave. Jay saying the Gold Coast was excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Louise was along to the Gold Coast seminar too. Good night, everyone. See you, Terry. Thank you for coming along and appreciate your time. Hope you've got something out of it. There seem to be a lot of questions. See you.